Like that I can't predict. Like a look that I can't resist. The tingling feeling was so mutual. The lingering the feel was so unusual. Herbally, what is medicine to a low soul can become poisonous. Sun with the whole city fast asleep. Alcohol, true vision seem to come to the eye. Take hold of a prophet in me most visibly. I see clear when the world doesn't show it to me. So hard to make sense in the cycle of billing. Trying to find a reason to quit and make a killing. Not meant. My thinking is wishful, like a star up on a child staring down from the ceiling. How far do we have to stretch the picture before pixelating the human texture? We can take it all back to the register and start all off from the canister. Just save it all up for an ultimate prize. Home come gathering with the big surprise. Throw on your fatal record, that's good to go. On the analog table and a circuit flow. Sit back with easy, hear the MC flow. Hi-hat, kick drum, all the highs and lows. It's funny how the music put down to respect it. How the soundtrack to your life is perfected. Whenever you feel the flow, keep walking and we came to fall. Third time the charm, hopefully when the time on your door, you still let me in after all these years. The room that you came in my heart is exactly the same as you left it. I realized that you had moved on. New styles in place like the sound of what sound. Speechless in this. Hey Donna, welcome in. Welcome into the den. Welcome in. Ooh, that's bright. Thank you for the daily heart me. I appreciate it. How you been this week? How you week been? Oh. How you been, sis? I'm just giving the room. Yeah, it's been that way. I get it. It's almost spring. We're almost there. We almost there. I think we got some more. I'm good. I've been running around daddy mode. I mean, I've been busy. Had to catch my children up on their lessons. The wife don't feel like really dealing with it, so we did double the lessons. So they're back there cooling down right now. Hey, spiritual, welcome in. Welcome to the den. Oh man, forgive me, Donna, if it's taking me this long to decide to read this book. I wasn't sure when I was going to have the time to do it. Thank you for the daily heart, me spiritual. Thank you very much. I was not sure when I was going to be doing this. They're good. They're good. They back there playing. I had them cleaning their room. Thank you for the Go Pop spiritual. I appreciate it. I had them cleaning up their room. So hopefully they got that done. And I need to go in here and check my spiritual. I got my buns in the oven right now. They should be ready anytime soon. Welcome in, Brooklyn. Welcome in. What is that? MSJ Love. Welcome in. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Welcome in. Welcome in, newcomers. I'm just giving the room a few minutes to warm up before we go into this portal, okay? As you can see what's in the background. It wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was just finding the time. You know, I'm running around everywhere, and these little things keep me busy. They keep me busy. Everything that I need to do around this house keeps me busy, and it has to get done first. So now that I have time, because I wanted to read it again before I revise it. I have some more good stuff to add to the book. Thanks to the feedback from a book club. But yeah, I'm not nervous about it. I'm really excited. So I'm just giving the room time to warm up. I don't want anybody to miss it. I don't want anyone to miss it. I got my tea brewing in my teapot right now. So this is a special moment. And once we get a few more people in here, we'll get started. Welcome in, Catherine. Welcome back to the den. Welcome in. Y'all, this is a special
Thursday evening. Okay? This is a special Thursday evening. Thank you for using the stickers. Me too. Me too. Okay, Donna. Like I told everyone else, ooh-wee. It may not work on your heart, on your feels, okay? I have chapters in here that will make you cry. I don't know, it may start early, but my mind goes that deep. When I'm into writing, it goes that deep, and this book isn't finished, and how I wrote it is intended, okay? This may be a two-part event, okay? I may have to pick back up on this on Tuesday. I may have to pick back up on Tuesday. If I happen to get through the first book, that'll be wonderful. Welcome in, Brittany. Welcome to the den. Welcome in. That'll be wonderful if I get through the first book. Maybe. It depends. It depends. All I need is your ears and imagination. That's all I need. That's all you need. Welcome in, Twill. Twill Amari. If I said that right, welcome in, Twill Amari. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Welcome in. Yeah, it might. It might. It might. I go that deep. And you already know what I'm about. I'm all about them dragons, okay? Excuse me, y'all. I'll be right back. No, it's all right. I mean, it's all, look, we're all family here in the Dragon's Den, okay? We're all family. Hey, Phoenix, you made it. Welcome to the den. I'm getting ready to read my book. As you can see, what's in the front. Hold on, y'all. I gotta go check on my buns. I gotta check my buns. Whew, okay, I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. Hey, sis. Welcome in, my Ferrar. If I said that right, welcome to the Dragon's Den. Welcome in. Welcome in, y'all. And if anybody else that's watching on the outside, if you happen to catch it in the middle, this will be on YT, on my YT page. This will be on my YT page. If you happen to miss first half or majority of it, I'm gonna have it on my page. Let me get this down. Let's share this one more time. Who haven't I shared it to? Kimba, I got you. That. Oh yeah, there we go. All right. Just a little bit of time now. Oh man. Just warming up the room, y'all. Because tonight in this den, we're going into the portal. Most of you have never been in this portal before. Okay? Most of you have never been in this area with me. All right? So I had to get my tea. I must have my tea. Hey, Peachy King. Welcome to the den. Welcome to the den. Welcome. I say at 5:10, I'll get started. As I've said, some of you may have heard the book before. Some of you may have not. Listener district. Good. I'm good. I'm getting ready to read this book once again. because I have plans on adding so much more to this book. Ah, I'm just giving the room enough time to warm up. I need something else. I need a spoon. All right. Thank you, Peachy King, for the daily heart me. Thank you for the power shares. Thank you, Donna. I appreciate it. Oh, okay. Welcome in, Jomi Carr. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Welcome back, Peter. Welcome back to the den. Welcome back, everyone. As always, there's nothing changed. Hey, cuz. Hey, Tina View. You're just in time. Welcome back to the den. There's nothing changed, even though there's not a reading tonight. The affirmation is always, I cleanse and reclaim my energy, okay? Tonight, you're going into an adventure. Hey, Macaroni Pony, welcome to the den. Welcome in, welcome in. Yes, so, oh man. If you want a profound journey and story about dragons, my book is it, okay? This is 10 plus years thus far, okay? And I'm not done with it. I'm taking my time with this journey, okay? Even though life been lifing right now for me and mine, but I've managed to find the time to do this, okay? I'm just waiting on my tea. That's all I'm doing. Okay, so, y'all, as usual, thank you for the rose, Donna. I appreciate it. Just wait. Just wait, Macaroni Pony. Just you wait. Look, like now you're in the den and you're right at the entrance of the portal. I don't want anybody going into this portal alone when it comes to the story, okay? When it comes to the story, I don't want you going in on your own. I don't want you to get lost. It is short because it's not done, and how I wrote it is how I intended to write it, okay? It's not done. I just want to give you what I've been working on thus far. Welcome in, Luna. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Welcome in. I don't want it to be too loud. I want y'all to get that good music in. Thank you, Luna Mara. Thank you for the daily heart, me. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my background. Give me just, there we go. There we go. That be my beauty. All right. Right? You gonna need your beats. You gonna need the beats. That's my beauty right there. I've been working on that. Just by looking at it, you already know it's a powerful book. I know it for a fact. It's still a work in progress. But thus far, hold on, y'all. Oh, yes, that is Be My Latest. All right, I got you, baby.
Hey, baby. Thank you.
Thank you.
Look like a ghost.
Thank you. All right, since I don't have my teacup into play right now.
It's not gonna be. Change yourself so you don't look like a ghost.
Yes. Before we get started, like I said, I'm going to chime us in like usual.
Can you hear me?
This is a different move. I'm still going to chime us in. I want you to still get your cleansing and recharge, okay? And this is something, just ease your mind, okay? This is something that's going to help the mental health, okay?
He pisses me off.
What happened? If you request in, just give me a moment, Spiritual. I'll bring you right back in. Thank you, Peachy. Hold on, baby. I got you. Thank you, Donna. Okay. It is. I've been on it a lot more often. What was I doing? I forgot what I was doing. Oh yes, I need to stir my tea. I'm not even gonna drink it from another cup. This is where I'm gonna drink it, okay? Oh yeah, this is the same one that I used when I first did it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Just perfect. That's perfect. I feel so goofy. I'll be back, y'all. Give me a moment. I know I didn't have everything prepared on me. I need my cup. All right, y'all. I'm back. All right.
I was steady talking to you.
Huh?
Can you change it where you don't look like a ghost because it glitches? That's what I kept saying over and over.
Okay, I'll change it.
You wasn't listening. I wrote it in the comments.
I'm gonna change it. Hold on, y'all. There's some glitching going on. I gotta take this down. All right. Yeah, it's causing glitch, so I have to bring it down for now. Okay. Yeah, it's causing a glitch. I know. If you got it from earlier, it'll be a part of it, or it'll be a part of it until then. All right.
I was saying take it out of ghost mode. You could leave it up. Just take yourself out of ghost mode.
I know. It's all right, but I don't want it to glitch.
You
I don't
can
want
take
anything wrong to go with it when
mode
I submit
and
it
leave it
to
up.
YouTube. What's a YT?
Take yourself out of ghost mode and leave it up.
I'm out of ghost mode.
Leave it up as a green screen. You can keep the cover up. Just stop making yourself look like a ghost.
Oh, okay. All right. I got you. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna just put the thing up. All right, 1 second, y'all. Then I gotta turn my camera around. Oh, what happened? I know I'm a little late starting, y'all. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Can y'all see that? Everything good? Can y'all see that just fine? I won't need this anymore. Not for a while. Mm-hmm. Is that better, baby? That better? Okay. That look all right?
Put this thing in the camera. Because
That-
if you turn the camera this way, whoever walks past gonna be seen.
Just come here. No one's gonna be seen. Oh yeah, that's true.
That's why I said you kept the camera on yourself. I just wanted you to take you out of ghost mode and have a picture behind you. That's all I was saying.
Well, let me see how that's gonna look.
It's gonna be fine. It's just gonna look like you in a green screen with
Okay.
a picture behind you.
All
That's
right.
it.
Is that better, y'all?
Yeah. That's all I was
Why are
trying to
you
help with.
fussing?
I'm not fussing. You didn't hear me when I was talking.
Well, I'm sorry. I missed the message. Okay.
I was steady talking, and you like, I'm gonna do the singing, boss.
Well, I probably didn't hear you. Okay.
I can tell. I don't know if it's
Was you in the box?
Yes.
But my volume wasn't up. That's why I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. All right. Can y'all hear me just fine? All right. I want to make sure the music is low enough. I know she is. I know she is. She is. Can y'all hear me just fine? I want to make sure the music is not overlapping when I'm reading. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Cool. Welcome in, Garcia. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Okay, I'll turn it down. That good? Thank you, Donna. I know. We do that all the time. It's all love. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. We love you too, T. All right. As I have said, okay. That's what we do. That's what we do. So, as I have said, I have been working on this for 10 plus years. All right. Since we're all here together, some of you, you're new here into this room. Some of you have been here before, have heard this book. But I am here to share this one more time, okay? If you got Kleenex near you, keep them close. Listener discretion advised. If you have a vast and vivid imagination, such as myself, then you will be able to follow the story, okay? But it has a lot of lessons and not more, a lot of lessons, okay? It's a lot of lessons. How I started out with the story was intended, but what I plan to do is to go back and add in what everyone suggested into this book. So we are now here. We're now here. The portal is closing. I want you all to stay close, okay? No, it's going to be... Now, like I said, once again, the book is a little short. I did merge book 1 and 2 together. I only seemed like it only seemed more justified to do it that way. Now, if I don't get to both books, this would be a 2-part event, okay? So part 2 is just as intense, okay? This is kind of a short introduction into how everything's going thus far. You're getting a short introduction into meeting Dax and Celine, okay? Those are the 2 main characters thus far, okay? Dax and Celine are, they don't know it, but they have an idea that they were born and they were raised in the dragon realm, okay? And due to the catastrophic event that happened in the City of Dragons, they caused them to flee to the human world. Yes, it caused them to flee to the human world. My parents, my brother, and her mother were all raised and born in the realm of dragons, okay? So yes, the villains, oh man. I didn't pull my punches on the villains, okay? The metaphysics and spirituality that has been thrown into this book was not just by just by come up off my head. This is all that I've been composing in. This is something that I've been writing in my head for a long time until I was ready to put it on paper. Okay. Oh, you just wait, macaroni. Just you wait. I'm just giving you a quick rough draft of it. Okay. So I went with a different approach. I went with an entire different approach of not doing a full long introduction. I wanted to keep it short. I don't want to keep you waiting, okay? But the details into it after I read this in the two parts comes later, okay? And it might be later on this year when I'll release the full version. I'm still working on wanting to get a physical copy out. But the digital copy that I have now available is still published. It's still available in my BIO, okay? So don't come from it the way it is written. I still have to make some fixes to it, okay? But how I wrote it right now is giving you a hefty dose of my world, okay? So if you're all ready, y'all let me know. Put the symbolism of dragons in the comments section if you are ready for this journey, okay? Because I have been waiting since the day I said I'm going to do it, all right? So y'all let me know in the comment section when you are all ready, all right? Garcia, you're ready? Ooh, love my confidence tea. You ready, Macaroni Pony? You good? Donna, you ready? Everyone here is ready? Okay. Uh-oh. All right. Hold up. All right. Ready? You ready, E-Rock? You ready, E-Rock? All right. Thank you for the fluffy hearts. I appreciate it, spiritual. Thank you. All right, y'all. Here I go. This narrative, a fusion of joy and grief, tranquility and fury, explores the awakening of the human spirit. It is a tapestry woven from fact and fabrication, a unique blend, I believe. My fervent hope is that this story, poured from my very soul, will resonate deeply, igniting your heart, mind, and creative spirit. Let us begin. The notion of dragons and humans sharing a world seems absurd to the skeptical, yet imagination demands we embrace the improbable. This tale chronicles a man's journey, a love story unfolding in a land brimming with potent magic and profound knowledge. The allure of such power in human hands is undeniable. But this is not my central theme. Power. A double-edged sword bestows both blessings and curses. It empowers one to acquire wisdom and shield those cherished, yet simultaneously invites the covetous gaze of ancient evil. This force, born to vanquish darkness, is perilous in unworthy hands. As the narrative unfolds, surrender to the transformative power of your imagination and let its vibrant tapestry unfurl before you. All right, y'all, that's just the intro for now, okay? How's everyone feeling? Because I can just know I can feel your energy from here, okay? Wait, hey, Mika, welcome to the den. Welcome in. Y'all feeling all right? I've just started. It's just the introduction, okay? I hadn't even gotten to the first chapter yet. So relax. Okay? I'm just making sure. All right. I don't want to hold y'all up. Thank you, Spiritual, for the mini star. Thank you. All right. Chapter 1. Unwanted Fighting. The air thick with the stench of sweat, fear, and wood smoke. A ragged, chaotic battle raged clansmen. Their white robes stained crimson snarled at a line of human rights defenders, faces grim under the flickering torchlight. The cobblestones, slick with blood, reflected the lurid glow. Dax, his eyes like chips of flint, stepped forward. His voice, low and resonant, cut through the din. Enough, he commanded. You have spilled enough innocent blood. The clan leader, a hulking brute with a face like a crumpled mass, spat. Mama, no. I'm live. They can hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They can hear you. The clan leader, a hulking brute with a face like a crumpled mass, spat. You monkeys, you defile our streets, steal our women, our children. His voice dripped venom. Dax didn't flinch. A silent wave of power rippled outwards. A palpable chill that made even the clan leader's eyes widen. The air crackled with barely contained energy. Dax's voice, though calm, held an icy edge. Your ego blinds you. You claim this land as yours, built on the murder of its true inheritors. This soil belongs to those born here, to those whose ancestors lie beneath it, not to thieves. He took a step closer, his presence a physical weight. I could reduce you to ashes, Dax said, his voice a low rumble. But I prefer not to become what you are. Disband your mob. End this madness. The fire in Dax's gaze burned brighter than any torch, a silent challenge that hung in the air. The clan leader hesitated, a flicker of fear betraying his bravado. Celine, her face etched with grim determination, observed from the periphery. She approached Dax as the tension coiled tighter than a spring. Bubby, she whispered, what if they refuse? Dax's lips curved into a grim smile. A quick scuffle, he replied, his voice barely audible above the dying embers of the conflict. This has gone on long enough. We can't bring back the dead. Only justice can deal with them. Just as the final clansman slunk away, the air shimmered. 3 figures, cloaked and imposing, materialized from the swirling mist. Their voices echoed, rich and resonant. Dax, Celine, we summon you home. Important matters await. The words hung in the night air, heavy with unspoken urgency. A shared look of apprehension passed between Dax and Celine. Their lives, it seemed, were about to change forever. The journey home was silent, filled with unspoken weight of the summons and the lingering scent of blood and smoke. That was chapter 1, okay? So, how I wrote it was intentional, okay? I do have plans to go into more detail in that conflict, with that confrontation between Dax and the clansmen, okay? So not to focus too much on it, but as to put you into the introduction into the Dragon Worlds before they go, okay? Before they go. Chapter 2, A Long Journey Home. 13 years. 13 years of shadows and starlight, of whispered prayers and desperate battles fought in the alleys and under the shimmering aurora borealis of their world. Dax and Celine, their faces etched with the weariness of countless victories, stepped through the arched doorway of their home. The air hung heavy, thick with the scent of ozone and something else, something ancient and floral, like sun-baked earth and dragon's breath. A woman stood waiting, her robes, the color of a twilight sky, shimmered with an inner light that pulsed faintly like a heartbeat. Her eyes, the deep violet of a summer storm, held a knowing that unsettled Dax. He felt it before he saw it, a tremor in the air, a hum that resonated deep in his bones, a familiar energy, powerful and resonant, like the echo of his father's laughter. I didn't expect to meet you two. Now, she said, her voice a low melody, tinged with surprise. Dax, ever the pragmatist, bowed slightly. Your energy, it resonates with my father's. Who are you? Celine's breath hitched. The same tremor, the same hum pulsed through her too. A phantom touch from her mother's hand. The woman's smile was slow, a warm bloom across her face. You are the eldest, she said, her voice rich and low. Children of two exceptional beings. I hope to meet your brother as well, but this confirms my intuition. Thank you, Tina Villa. Dax's hand tightened around the hilt of his sword. Again, who are you? Where? Where did you come from? This power, it transcends our realm. The woman's smile deepened, a captivating otherworldly grace. Celine, eyes wide with recognition, reached out and gently touched her husband's arm, her fingers lingering on the worn leather of his tunic. The weight of understanding settled between them, a silent exchange in the charged stillness of the room. Bubby, Celine whispered, her voice thick with awe. She's from the City of Dragons. Trisara. The name Trisara hung heavy, a whispered incantation that resonated with the low thrum of dragon fire already filling the room. The scent of acrid, ancient, and strangely sweet clung to the air, a palpable perfume of power and untold ages. Dax felt a searing brand bloom in his chest as the woman's origins were revealed. Trisara, her eyes like polished obsidian, met their gaze. I am head council leader of the City of Dragons, she announced, her voice a low chime. And your destinies, intertwined as they are, have led you here. Your longing to return to your... Excuse me, y'all. Your longing to return to the source of your power. It echoes in the very stones of this place. I can help fill those blanks before you choose your path. Dax and Celine exchanged a look, silent agreement passing between them. Years of unanswered questions hung between them like a shroud they couldn't refuse. Days melted into a blur of revelations. Each shared a memory, each unearthed secret felt like a brand new scar forming on their souls. Celine, especially, bore the weight of it, her thoughts visibly turning towards the high mountains, her mother's exile. Finally, the decision was made. Celine's voice hushed with a lifetime of suppressed longing. Before the silence, I always knew we were connected to something powerful. My father told my brother and me stories of a place near the City of Dragons, Rashima. He called it a town brimming with wisdom, love, and knowledge, the guardian of the city's main gate. But my brother, he wasn't interested, even though he felt the same energy. Trisara nodded slowly, a faint smile playing on her lips. Your father, Celine, possessed an uncanny foresight. Your mother, too, in her retreat to the mountains. They wanted you to grow, to find your own way, to find each other. They may not have known one another, but their intentions, they were the same. She turned to Dax. Your father sought the world's hidden in your world. Excuse me. Your father sought the world's hidden energies, places no ordinary explorer would ever find. Celine's mother did the same, but with a fierce, almost untamed love for all creatures, but especially the dragons. Her heart her heart held a fire unlike any other. The scent of dragon fire intensified, filling the space between them with a promise of journeys to come. Trisara's eyes, sharp as flint, met theirs. The road to Rashima, she rasped. The words tasted of dust and ancient warnings. It's not a stroll. Expect everything. The town itself sits cocooned within a shimmering barrier, a cage of sacred earth. It's a journey of days on foot. The land breathes power. Approach it with respect, or it will break you. Y'all good? Are y'all good? Give yourself some time to breathe. So, before I continue, they are meeting one of the eldest members of the Dragon Council, okay? 13 years you have just heard they have been gone from the realm of dragons. I told you. Welcome in, Cowboy Satanist. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Welcome in. I told you it was going to get good. But they're meeting an old friend that met them since yay high. I don't want to reveal too much, okay? Because some of y'all have heard this story before. So I cannot spill the beans, okay? So all you can do right now is just continue to follow with me in this, okay? Don't get lost. Don't go veering off somewhere. Because this filled out canvas of this world has been perfectly detailed, okay? So I don't want you to get lost, all right? So let us continue. Dax's hand tightened on Celine's confidence. Dax's hand tightened on Celine's. Confidence, a blazing sun, radiated from him. Together, we'll face anything. His voice, however, held a tremor of something else. Anticipation. But what awaits us before Rashima? I sense something we need to know. Trisara's gaze hardened. A dragon temple, guarded the town's entrance. Its keepers await you. They hold the answers, past, present, and the chilling future. Goodbyes crackle with unspoken anxieties. Tears glisten on sun-weathered faces as Dax and Celine, their packs heavy with hope and fear, stepped onto the path. Each farewell was a final embrace, a whispered promise, a silent prayer for their return. The air, thick with emotion, vibrated with the weight of their departure. Meanwhile, in the inky void between realities, a darkness stirred. Jagged amethyst lightning split the void, illuminating a colossal silhouette wreathed in shadow. A voice, cold as a dying star, boomed across the cosmos. Centuries of gathering darkness, countless galaxies consumed. The Bahamut's reign of fire and light ends now. Their power will be ours. The words hung, a venomous promise, in the silent expanse. Hey, Wendy, welcome to the den. That is chapter 2. I did not reveal who that threatening voice is in the void, okay? That is to come in the later chapters, okay? That was chapter 2, okay? All right? It's getting good. So, I'm not going to say much. All right, I'm just going to get into it. I'm just want to make sure that everyone is following along, okay? Paint that picture with me, okay? Whatever it is that I'm painting up here, I guarantee you is going to project in your same imagination, all right? So let us continue. Chapter 3, The Path of Truth. 2 days bled into the Rashiman landscape. Smoke curled lazily from their newly built fire, painting the twilight sky in shades of orange and gray. Celine's gaze, fixed on the flames, held a stark stillness that Dax couldn't ignore. "Something's troubling you, Celine," Dax murmured, his voice barely audible above the crackling fire. He reached for her hand, the rough texture of the woven rope binding her fingers, a familiar comfort. "Bubby," she whispered, her voice edged with a apprehension. "What is waiting for us in that temple?" Tresar's words, they feel like a whisper in a hurricane. It's all so sudden. Dax squeezed her hand, a silent promise passing between them. "Together, we face anything," he replied, his smile softening the harsh lines of his face. He started to add, "And Tresar said this concerns us both," but the words died in his throat. A chill, deeper than the mountain night, snaked through the air. The scent of ozone, sharp and metallic, replaced the smell of pine and wood smoke. The very ground seemed to vibrate with a low, thrumming hum. Celine stiffened, her eyes widening as she sensed the encroaching malice, a palpable wave of dark intent washing over them. Dax felt it too, a primal instinct screaming of bloodlust. Steel flashed as Dax drew his sword, the polished surface gleaming under the firelight. "Guard yourself," he barked, his voice low and urgent. "How many?" Celine's answer was a breathless hiss. "Bubby, 5 to the left, 6 to the right. They're surrounding us." The ensuing battle was a whirlwind of steel and magic. Dax's blade, a fiery comet, sliced through the attackers on his left, leaving a trail of searing flames. Celine countered with a chilling blast of ice, freezing her opponent solid on the right. The fight was brutal, swift. One figure attempted escape, but Dax's grip closed around his throat like a vice. "Our attack was a mere taste." The attacker gasped, his voice ragged. "Who sent you?" Dax's voice was a growl, his grip tightening. Fire erupted, consuming both man and answer, but Celine's hand on Dax's arm quelled the inferno before it completely consumed him. As the attacker dissolved to ash, a chilling prophecy escaped his breath. "The time of the Bahamut dragons has arrived." A cruel laugh, then nothing but dust. Dax stood, fury radiating from him, a storm brewing within. Then Celine's touch, gentle yet firm, grounded him. He looked at the landscape before him, at the imposing silhouette of the temple looming against the star-dusted sky. They had arrived. The heavy bronze gate swung inward with a sigh of ancient hinges, releasing a wave of tranquility that washed over Dax and Celine. It wasn't just cool air. It was a palpable stillness, a hush that settled deep in their bones. A feeling of profound, sacred peace utterly unlike anything they'd encountered outside the temple's imposing walls. The very stones seemed to hum with a power both gentle and immense. 2 figures emerged from the shadows of the inner courtyard, temple maidens, their robes the color of twilight, their movements fluid and graceful as willow branches in a soft breeze. Their eyes, dark and knowing, held a timeless wisdom. "Welcome, young ones," one of the maidens said, her voice a melodious chime. "We have awaited your coming." Her gaze swept over their weapons, lingering for a moment before she continued. "Leave your burdens here. This is a place of peace, a sanctuary for the soul." Dax, his jaw tight, managed to curt, "Thank you." The word felt inadequate in the face of such serenity. The other maiden spoke, her words carrying the weight of centuries. "Rest now. When you are refreshed, return to the main hall. Much awaits your awakening before you face Rashima." Her voice dropped, almost a whisper as she addressed Dax directly. "Your father dedicated his life to this moment, to your preparation. She turned to Celine, her eyes shimmering with an inner light. Your mother. She walked the path of the Dragon City more times than any other, sensing the strength within you, the ancient bond that tethers you to Rashima, to its very heart. The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken history, unspoken power. Dax and Celine exchanged a look, their faces etched with a mixture of awe and apprehension. Speechless, they sank onto the cool stone floor of the sanctuary, the weight of expectation settling upon them, a weight both terrifying and exhilarating. For now, however, there was only the quiet hum of the temple, the slow, steady rhythm of their own breathing, the promise of what was to come. Sunlight, fractured through the stained glass windows, painted the hall in shifting hues of amethyst and gold. The air itself hummed, a tangible thrum that vibrated in their chests, a low resonant chord echoing the universe's creation. They slept soundly, but the questions lingered, unvoiced, a weight in the stillness of the dawn. After a breakfast of simple, nourishing fare, they found the temple maidens already waiting. The maidens, cloaked in the softest white linen, radiated an inner peace that was almost blinding. We thank you for your kindness, Dax said, his voice a little rough with the unspoken gravity of the moment. Celine nodded, her eyes mirroring his quiet determination. We are ready. One maiden, her face etched with the wisdom of ages, smiled. The time has come. Beyond this door lies an energy unlike you have... Let me restart. The time has come. Beyond this door lies an energy unlike any of you have known. Do not resist. It is not a threat, but a torrent of pure, unadulterated power, knowledge, enlightenment. Many seek it, and many recoil. But you have dared to approach. She gestured to the heavy, ornately carved door. Once you pass through, your journeys to true awakening begin. Her gaze softened, settling on Celine. Celine, before you go, we feel your mother's presence, strong within this temple. She wishes to see you through astral meditation. Do not fear. This is a blessing, not a burden. Tears welled in Celine's eyes, a silent acknowledgement. Thank you, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. I will go to her. The final preparations, a silent exchange of glances, a deep breath felt momentous. Then the door swung inward, revealing not a room, but a blinding shaft of incandescent light. Dax and Celine stepped through, the radiance engulfing them. For Celine, the world dissolved into a boundless expanse of amethyst peaks, the air sharp and thin, her mother's ethereal form waiting amidst the snow-covered summits. For Dax, the light coalesced into a tranquil meadow bathed in the soft glow of sunset, a place of profound peace where the whispers of his own inner self began to unravel. Their transformation had begun, a profound shift at the very core of their being, a silent evolution into something entirely new. That is the end of chapter 3. Okay? Rested, contemplating, thoughts, nervousness, fear, all the emotions at play. Okay? A nice, good breakfast, but yet, what is to come in these memories? These are memories they are about to unlock. These memories you are about to witness, you are about to partake in. What will they expect? The memories that were locked away when the catastrophic event of the world of the City of Dragons being heavily attacked. You can just imagine the dragon roars that are louder than church bells. All the citizens, all the inhabitants of the City of Dragons Everyone in this realm is just running for their lives. Of rebellion of the Bahamut dragons attacking a place where they were born. You'll be surprised. You're going to be mind blown as to find out who is ahead of these attacks. Okay? To those who have heard this story, don't spill the beans, okay? If this is bringing out your memories, T, trust all intention of why I wrote this book the way I did. Because we don't know where we lived in past lifetimes. That's why I wrote it. Okay? So, without further ado, we're going into chapter 4. Chapter 4. Reunion of mother and daughter. The silence deepened. A velvet cloak settled over Celine's being. She ascended not with steps, but with a rising tide of serene energy, towards the shimmering peaks of the spirit realm. The air thrummed with a warmth that seeped into her bones, a gentle hum that vibrated through the crystalline snow and the luminous flora that bloomed even in the eternal twilight. Even the majestic dragons, their scales shimmering like amethyst and jade, moved with an ethereal grace, their roars muted so soft, seasoned the resonant sighs. Her mother materialized before her, bathed in the soft glow of the mountain's heart. A radiant smile bloomed on Celine's face. Lines of worry softened. Excuse me, y'all. A radiant smile bloomed on Celine's face. Lines of worry softened around her eyes. Mama, she breathed. The sound was light as falling snow. Her mother's smile mirrored Celine's. My darling, she purred, her voice a cascade of silver bells. Too long, far too long. Where is that endearing mud duck of mine? Celine laughed, the sound echoing amongst the peaks. He's stirring, Mama, awakening his true memories. He sends his love. The conversation flowed, a river of unspoken understanding. Then her mother's voice shifted, taking a gravitas that settled like a whisper of wind. There is something you must discover, my child. The ancestors, the elder dragons, they felt it best you find your way. Listen close. Her mother's eyes, pools of molten gold, held Celine's gaze. What you are about to unlock is beyond any memory. You will discover the source of your energy, the link that binds you to Dax. It's a place of origin, the city of dragons, a breathtaking expanse teeming not only with dragons, but creatures from worlds beyond imagining, across galaxies unfathomable. Her voice dropped to a near whisper. It's a journey of perfect harmony, of utter peace, of complete balance. A warmth both comforting and thrilling spread through Celine. Fear flickered, a tiny ember against the bonfire of her mother's love. Her mother's hand, gentle as a summer breeze, brushed Celine's cheek. Don't worry, little one. Not about me. When you emerge, I'll be here. There is always more to do here than you can imagine. The tears welled in Celine's eyes. I know, Mama. I've always felt you here, in these mountains, yet never truly apart. I love you so much. Her mother's voice, thick with emotion, echoed Celine's sentiments. I love you too, my sweet child. Tell my rusty old darling to come to visit sometime. Celine chuckled, a soft ripple in the serene air. I will, but I must go. I love you, Mama. And I you. The words hung in the air, shimmering as Celine began her descent, leaving the radiant warmth of her mother's love to guide her steps. That was chapter 4. Now, how did I do? How did I do with that bond between mother and daughter? Because I have yet to begin on the description of her mother, okay? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. Okay? You got to cover all ground. She has to let her know what she's walking into. You know, a hand was forced when the city of dragons was attacked. When the dragon one was attacked, a hand was forced to seal their memories. Who knows what would they have done? What would Dax and Selene would have done if they came in unprepared? Okay? What would have happened if she did not go see her mother? These are just questions. But you know, two individuals that respect their parents, respect what they have done in the past for them when they were young, you got to give it some kudos points. Yes, it's very realistic. Who's to say it's not real? Okay? Like I said, how we make our reality is how we make it, okay? And we come here with so many memories. So here I go. Chapter 5. Hold on. Hold them up. Okay. Chapter 5. Memories of Origin. Now, before I begin this chapter, I must let you know that I am talking in the persona voice, the person that is telling the memories, that is unlocking the memories. His father, Perry, okay? His father, Perry. This is a man that has sought the ancient energies to preserve the prosperity and peace and protection of Rashima and the City of Dragons. Most importantly, his children, okay? And of course, yes, these are all his father's memories. This is everything that Dax needs to know in order before he goes into Rashima. And there is a third person that I will reveal in this, okay? But not until I get to that chapter, okay? So just clench your pearls and just hold on, okay? And stick with the group, okay? Here we go. Chapter 5. The chipped stone under my son's boots crunched, a sound swallowed by the echoing silence of the colossal temple. Years of work, sweat beating on my brow under the harsh desert sun, had sculpted this place from the raw earth. It wasn't just a temple. It was a sanctuary, a reservoir of power pulsing. Hold on, y'all. I got a puzzle. Oh, my goodness. I'm back, y'all. I got a puzzle. I had a puzzle. Now, where was I? It wasn't just a temple. It was a sanctuary, a reservoir of power pulsing beneath the sands, built not just for him, but for a future that shattered like starlight against a jagged cliff. Selene's presence here, woven its very foundation, was a testament to a destiny unforeseen. Its origins entwined with his own, mirroring the swirling energy that thrummed within these ancient walls. This was the City of Dragons. Its secrets buried beneath layers of time, waiting for his awakening. 2 years after his brother's birth, our small family found peace in a quiet dwelling, a stone's throw from the council chambers. My knowledge of the cosmos gleaned from years of study, whispered of impending doom, a revelation chilling in its certainty, would tear through our lives, leaving an indelible scar. I faced the council, their faces etched with skepticism, turning to grim acceptance. My words hung heavy in the air, thick with the weight of prophecy. A war is coming, I said. My voice was a low rumble, and only by harnessing this dormant power, this dragon energy. My hand trembled as I gestured towards the heart of the temple. Can we survive? Their gasps were sharp, a chorus of disbelief and fear. The costs, one council member raps, his voice a strained whisper. The loss of memory. The spiritual fracturing. It's a terrible price. But the choice was made. My family's survival hung in the balance. My wife, her eyes mirroring the wisdom of the dragon elders, understood the burden I carried. She saw the storm gathering on the horizon, felt the tremor of its approach in her bones. Perry, she said, her voice soft but unwavering. You will lose yourself in this. But please, let them see you. Let them know their father. Her hand rested on my arm, a silent promise amid the glooming chaos. Later, bathed in the warm glow of lamplight, laughter echoed through our humbled home. The sound of carefree children, a fragile shield against the approaching tempest. There was no turning back. Yes. Okay. That was chapter 5. Now, I kept it short because I told you these are the memories of Dax's father, okay? And it was his father and his mother, you know, confronting the Dragon Council that war is coming and an impending doom is coming to the city of dragons, to that realm, okay? And being that Dax was already very young, and then, like I said, given 2 years, his younger brother was born. You know, as determined as he was, his wife didn't want him to forget his children still exist in his life. While he was doing all these preparations, he still needed to find time to spend time with them, okay? So much was on his chest, and you know, you can actually take these stories, you can take these memories, and you can actually apply it to actual life, and you can feel someone's pain that they're going through. I felt that before. And it only seemed right to put it into a story. Right or wrong? I'm not revealing too much, but what he was doing was all intentional, and he knew the consequences of it. So you can imagine what someone would do in order to save their family and a realm of people, different types of species of dragons and different creatures. What would one do to save someone? Let me continue. Shall I continue? Chapter 6. Ancient Power and Consequences. Inside Dax's awakening memories. A year bled into the next. My hunt for the cities. This is still his father, but yet this is still Dax's memories. These are the memories that were locked away for a reason when they fled to the human world. What you're hearing right now is what Dax had noticed what his father was doing day by day. A year bled into the next. My hunt for the city's hidden energy sources. Ancient relics pulsing with forgotten power had begun to exact its toll. Each relic throbbed with a connection to the others. A whispered promise of immense strength intertwined with a chilling curse. But my spirit, stronger than most, bought me time. The first relic lay on a remote island, a temple hidden from all known realms. The air itself crackled under the weight of its spiritual pressure, a tangible force that pressed down, suffocating and awe-inspiring. It wasn't stone and carving I found, but something far more primal, raw, vibrant energy, the shimmering essence of life itself, the stuff of our own cellular symphonies. We need to, that's facts. Then it spoke, not in words, but a resonance deep within my soul. I know why you seek me. Eons I have lain dormant, unseen, yet here you stand. I have waited. The voice hummed with ancient knowledge, a vast, echoing cavern of power. The consequences of uniting the others are known to you. My gaze met its immaterial gaze, a knowing silence bridging the chasm between us. I am aware, I replied, my voice barely a whisper against the thrum of its power, and I accept. It seemed to peer into my very heart, weighing my purpose. Then I am yours, but remember, only one can wield our combined power, and that power demands wisdom, responsibility, and a burden beyond measure. Use us carefully, or your mind will shatter. I returned home, the first relic humming faintly within me. The ritual of merging the energies began, a slow, painstaking process that clawed at my sanity. My sons, my oldest and youngest, which one would inherit this terrifying gift? The question gnawed at me. The following day, I lavished attention on my boys, their laughter a fragile counterpoint to the storm raging inside. I watched them, each gesture, each fleeting expression, scrutinizing, assessing my family, my reason for everything, even if it meant the slow, agonizing erosion of my own mind. That is chapter 7. Okay? I keep it short because I felt it. The deeper I went, the more intense it got. I didn't want to give you too much, okay? I didn't want to give it too much power, okay? But you can imagine what he's going through. You can imagine what Dax's father is going through. Doing his best to stay sane, spend time with his boys, watch them laugh and play and just be themselves. Dax and his brother didn't know what was coming. Dax had an idea what he was doing, but he tried his best to play it off. But what his father was doing was just completely way out of the books, okay? The Dragon Council couldn't stop them. It was his choice. And that's the lesson in this book, throughout the book, is choices. He made the choice to seek out these raw energies, these ancient dragon energies that lie dormant. And he knew the consequences. But he wanted to accept those consequences because he had the willpower to find them and do what is necessary to bring them together. This is what's making up Dax's power. This is what Dax did not know. Okay? This is what he didn't know. Chapter 7. Moon energy of the ancients. Inside Selene's awakening memories. Now, to my ladies, I want y'all to pay close attention when it focuses on Selene. Not only Selene, but it's also describing the divine feminine energy when it comes to dragons, okay? Pay close attention and really open your heart to this knowledge, okay? It's the reason why I was given such strength to write this, okay? So pay close attention as how I describe Selene in her memories, okay? This is a deep chapter. Chapter 7. Moon energy of the ancients. Inside Selene's awakening memories. The air crackled, a tangible hum vibrating through the ancient stones of the Dragon City. Even before you, barely a wisp of a child, arrived with your mother. The scent of sulfur and ozone, sharp and metallic, hung heavy, mingling with the earthly musk of the dragons themselves. A welcoming committee of scaled behemoths whose eyes burned with an unnerving intelligence. They weren't merely interested. They yearned to understand the power thrumming beneath your skin. A power that felt less like possession and more like a molten core of creation itself. The Dragon Council, their voices a low, resonant rumble that shook your very bones, demanded answers from your mother. This wasn't just any energy. This was the echo of Gaia's zenith, the raw, untamed essence of Mother Earth at her most potent. A force that had vanished, a whispered legend among the ancient ones, until you. The memory of your birth, a cataclysm of spirit energy that dwarfed even the most powerful storms, clawed at your mind. You felt it, not as a recollection, but as a raw, physical ache, a phantom vibration in your very cells. The world had stilled, every living thing pausing in breathless awe at the surge of life force, a silent testament to the Earth's lost power, miraculously reborn in you. Your mother, a woman etched with the wisdom of ages, her eyes the color of a stormy sea, knew the responsibility was colossal, a weight heavier than mountains. She shielded you, not from the dragons, but from the crushing weight of expectation, the suffocating burden of a power that could reshape reality. They wanted to train you, to harness the volatile energy, to turn you into a weapon. But she, with an unwavering strength that mirrored the earth itself, fought for you, for your right to awaken at your own pace. She instilled in you the ancient laws, the moral compass to guide you through the treacherous landscape of such immense power, not as commandments, but as whispered promises, a solemn pact between you and the very fabric of existence. Now amidst the dragons, their scales shimmering like 1,000 sunsets, you walk a precarious path, the chosen vessel of Gaia's return, a child of earth and sky, a being poised to command the very essence of life itself, but whose greatest battle is on the one within. That is chapter 7. Now, you see how profound that was? Now, I felt it was right to just break all that down into the shortest of short paragraphs. Now, I didn't want to just let it roll and run on, okay? As we move further into this book, it describes the divine feminine in such a detailed manner, okay? You're going to see how important Selene is to the dragon realm, as to how strong her intuition is. Fun fact, her intuition is never wrong. It never misses. Okay? It never misses. Nothing gets past Selene. And she is only I say just awakening her true powers through these memories. All of this was done with true intention. She doesn't know what to expect. She just knows that she's always felt that she was always so powerful. But why? She's discovering why she has such a deep connection with Dax, and why Dax has a strong protective eye on her and anyone around her. So, we're getting into chapter 8. We're going from Dax, then to Selene, then back to Dax again. Okay, I did my best to balance it out. Okay, so stay with me. Chapter 8, a father's conviction. Back to Dax's father. I'm speaking in the sense of I am him speaking. Dust choked the air, thick as the memories clinging to me. 3 raw energies pulsed beneath my skin. A thrumming weight that echoed the relentless beat of my own heart. The ritual, a crucible of self-sacrifice, loomed a shadow in my mind. Sleep, a luxury I couldn't afford. The coming threat pressed down, a physical weight on my chest. I saw it reflected in your mother's worried eyes. A mirrored anxiety echoed onto her face. Stolen moments with you and Chris, a fragile shield against the encroaching darkness. Their laughter, a fleeting balm to the ever-present ache. Days bled into weeks, blurred by the relentless pursuit. My hands, calloused and raw, shaped the nascent town outside the city's dragon-scaled walls. The scent of freshly turned earth mingled with the metallic tang of sweat, a testament to my tireless labor. Rashima. The name whispered on my lips, a prayer for the future. This wouldn't be just a town, it would be a sanctuary, a fortress built against the coming storm. My son, too young to wield the power I hunted, but soon to inherit its legacy. I braced myself for the price. It's done, I rasped, the words heavy with fatigue. One evening, your mother touched my hand, her touch hesitant yet strong. This is immense, she breathed, her gaze taking in the cluster of homes nestled under the brooding shadow of the city walls. A quiet pride held back tears. The distant roar of the city, a low rumble of dragon-scaled armor and restless souls, was a muted chorus, In Rashima, in the quiet strength of these homes rising, there was a counterpoint to the coming darkness, a place where my family and others seeking refuge will find peace amidst the storm, a beacon carved from my own exhaustion, fueled by a desperate hope. That was chapter 8. Okay? He has gathered 3 energies thus far. I skipped the details on the others because it was much to bear, okay? In my own mind's eye, Dax's father was enduring so much pressure, okay? He was handling the consequences of gathering these energies so well, but yet still managed to keep a hold of his sanity, even though there was like micro hairline fractures of breaking. Welcome in everyone to the Dragon's Den. If you have been missing majority of this will be on my YT page, PJ Emberstone, okay? So, we're getting deep into it, okay? It's getting ready to turn into quite a love story. If I have this correct, Dax and Selene are about to meet, okay? As if you may know, Dax was a little younger than Selene. Selene came first, and she was a bit older. But as you read in her memories, she was already well versed and recognized by her own power, and she knew it was there. Welcome in, Big Brother Aries. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. She was already well versed and familiar of her power, but she didn't know how to use it. So she was just living her usual childhood life. Her mother was there also a part of the council. So what you're about to listen to, what you're about to witness, is the meeting of Dax and Selene, okay? This is also a love story, as I have already mentioned. Chapter 9, Cross Paths. The scent of wood smoke and sun-baked earth clung to the cobblestone streets as 2 years bled into each other. Father's absence was a hollow space, but you and your brother filled it with the riotous energy of childhood. Laughter echoed off the weathered buildings as you and a gaggle of city children, a kaleidoscope of bright clothes and scraped knees, played tag through the narrow alleyways. In the heart of that joyous chaos, you glimpsed her, Selene. I'm doing good. I'm reading my book. I'll have this on my YT page, but I'm reading the book. So I'm taking a different approach. I've been waiting so long to share this. 3 years your senior, but her spirit felt ancient, vast. You didn't just meet, you connected. It wasn't a sudden spark. It was a slow, inevitable drawing together. Selene, already a flicker of power, her eyes holding a depth beyond your years, felt the tug too. You sensed it. A low hum beneath the surface of your games. A thrilling unknown waiting to be awakened. Dax, however, remained blissfully unburdened by such mysteries, oblivious to the magical currents swirling around you both. Selene's hand, warm and strong, found yours during a game of hide-and-seek. "Did you see the star?" she whispered, her voice like the chime of distant bells. It felt different. From sun-drenched meadows to moonlit forest paths, your adventures unfolded, whispering secrets under the canopy of ancient trees. Your laughter carried on the breeze. You talked for hours, sharing dreams as vast as the starlit sky above the whispering pines. The scent of pine needles, sharp and clean in your nostrils. You devoured stories of the cosmos, your tongues tasting the flavors of exotic fruits in the bustling market. The sun, warm on your skin, your hands sticky with sweet juice. The bond, unspoken yet undeniable. The bond, unspoken yet undeniable, grew stronger with each shared moment. Later, you learned that your parents and Selene's mother had crossed paths, fellow keepers of the ancient ways, wise women who understood the flames that danced within your hearts. You didn't know it then, but each shared laugh, each whispered secret fanned the embers of a magic neither of you fully understood yet. A fire that burned bright, destined to ignite. Raindrops hammered the corrugated iron roof, a relentless tattoo against the gray afternoon. Brielle. Brielle. I have to share this with y'all, okay? And I have shared this with Spiritual. Brielle is a special individual to me. I know she hears me reading this book again. She shares a special place in my heart, and in Spiritual's heart. Okay? In the story, it is the same. She holds a very special place in Dax's heart and Celine's heart. She is seen as a little sister, okay? But yet, even though they have different parents, they see her as a little sister. Welcome in, Mimi, to the Dragon's Den. They protect her, they watch over her. Her parents are a part of the council, okay? And you will learn their names in the council later on into this story. I'm making good time. Brielle, a wisp of a girl with eyes the color of moss after a spring rain, knelt, tracing patterns in the mud with a twig. She hummed a wordless melody, a low thrum that seemed to vibrate from the earth itself. Neither of you knew much about her, only that the air around her shimmered with the almost tangible warmth. A silent hum of connection to the world, a shared purpose, peace, a quiet, blossoming love drew you together. Days bled into weeks. The three of you became a familiar sight. You, Celine, and Brielle, venturing into the emerald embrace of the whispering woods bordering the city. Chris, caught up in the boisterous laughter of his friends, remained on the periphery, his world a different frequency than yours. Brielle usually guarded, a solitary creature of the woods, open to you both with a grace that stole your breath. She shared secrets whispered on the wind, showed you hidden groves where sunlight painted the leaves gold, and let you feel the pulse of the ancient oak, its heart beating slowly beneath your palms. Her connection to all living things wasn't just felt. It was a palpable force, a radiant empathy that enveloped you. You, Dax, noticed your father's absences, the hurried goodbyes, the tight-lipped smiles, the lingering scent of wood smoke and something else, sharp and unfamiliar. Clinging to his clothes, the forest, Celine and Brielle became your sanctuary. Celine's mother's gaze, when it fell upon you three, held a wistful sadness, a quiet acceptance. The idyllic peace of the city was a deceptive calm, a fragile bubble soon to burst. But in those sun-dappled moments, in the shared silence of the forest, and the quiet joy of Brielle's gentle touch, you found a strength you hadn't known you possessed. You were growing closer, unaware of the invisible threads already tightening, preparing you for a future none of you fully understood. That was chapter 9. Hey, Moon Empress, welcome in. Welcome in, sis. That is chapter 9. Dax and Celine had met. Given it weeks, maybe even months, even further, they meet Brielle. They become more than just friends, more than best friends. They are as if they are siblings. Dax and Celine see Brielle as a younger sibling. You have each character, I did my best to put so much detail into them. Okay? Brielle is like the living, breathing heart of the Dragon Realm. Celine being the returning essence of Gaia herself. This is a divine feminine energy at its finest. And Dax being that divine masculine to protect the divine feminine. Okay? It gets better. Chapter 10. The Arriving Devastation. Inside Dax's Memories. Dust motes danced in the sunbeams, slicing through the chamber's arched windows. Each mote a tiny universe reflecting the weight of months of relentless travel. 5 relics, cold and smooth in my grasp, pulsed faintly. A symphony of raw power finally coalesced. A surge like a tidal wave washed over me, the potential for creation and destruction humming beneath my skin. I felt the thrill of accomplishment, sharp and bittersweet, knowing the price might come due at any moment. Then the summons. The council chamber, usually a place of hushed pronouncements, vibrated with unspoken dread. Bahamut. The counselor's voice rasped, each syllable a stone dropping into a silent well. They're coming. His eyes, hollowed and haunted, spoke of galaxies stained crimson. I saw the fear etched into the faces around me, a fear I recognized, a fear that had been my constant companion since I began my quest. Celine's mother, her face pale out but resolute, had already gone. I had condemned them to this weight. Rashima, a city now a distant haven, a cruel reminder of my selfishness. Welcome back, Spiritual. The city walls, once imposing, now seemed flimsy, paper thin against the approaching storm. The sky, once a placid blue, rode with unnatural crimson clouds. Then they were here. A deafening shriek ripped through the air, followed by the earth-shattering impact of colossal wings. The ground trembled beneath the onslaught of Bahamut's assault. Each scale gleaming obsidian, each claw a harbinger of death. Screams, the clang of steel on scale, the roar of burning buildings filled the air, a chaotic maelstrom of destruction. I fought, a whirlwind of motion, the raw power of the merged relics coursing through my veins. I shielded Celine, her mother, her brother. Each blow I landed was a desperate prayer, a desperate defense against the encroaching void. But with every swing of my blade, a chilling fog began to creep into my mind, a cold hand clutching at my consciousness. The price was being exacted. The orb, a heart of pure energy, pulsed in my pocket, a silent promise to Rashima, its future hanging in the balance. My vision blurred. The Bahamut seemed to grow larger, their roars more deafening, their carnage more complete. The world fractured. My own mind was next. Dax, Chris, your mother, their faces etched with the terror that clawed at my own heart, swam into the view as they stumbled towards the gate. Each ragged breath they took, each flinching muscle screamed a silent question. Was this my fault? The air crackled with residual energy, the raw, stinging aftertaste of a battle that pushed me to the very brink. My own spirit, a flickering candle flame, threatened to extinguish itself. It never felt this depleted, this hollowed out. The council finally began the ritual. Their chants vibrated in my bones, a low thrum against the still rolling chaos. Weakness, a crushing weight, settled over me. A low thrum against the weakness, a crushing weight settled over me. I saw their frantic approach as I collapsed. Their desperate cries choked back my desperate hand. A council member, his face grim and set, shoved me toward the swirling vortex of the gate. The colors slammed into me, a blinding kaleidoscope of emerald, sapphire, and ruby. The Dragon Council's potent magic sealing away the monstrous Bahamut. The city of Rashima, safe at last, seemed to pulse with a fragile heartbeat. The echoes of devastation still clinging to the air. My gut twisted. My desire to protect you, to shield you from harm, had unleashed this. This cataclysm, the air, thick with the scent of smoke and fear, hung heavy as people made their choices to stay or flee the ravaged city. My decision was clear, my voice rasping, carried the weight of centuries as I declared, "We leave. We go to Earth, to a place where we can hide." The act of crossing over, leaving the dragon realm, was a stripping away, a slow, agonizing erasure. My spirit energy, it drained, leaving a void where clarity once resided. My mind fractured, the edges blurring, yet I clung to the fragments, the memory of your faces, my boys, their mother, safe, secure. The price was deep, this oblivion, but worth it. The raw energy once the source of my power, now lay dormant, a sleeping beast, a burden for one of you to carry. When the time came, my task was done. That is the end of chapter 10. The great devastating attack from the Bahamets. Mind you, there are Bahamets in the Dragon Council also, but they chose the path of good, okay? They chose to turn their bloodlust for power into something to defend the people, okay? The consequences of merging such power had taken its toll on Dax's father. All right? Fleeing to Earth, but also tying in sealing away the memories, okay? Sealing these memories away until it was time to return, okay? But at the price of sending the rebellious dragons, the Bahamut dragons, off in a further away into the cosmos, never to return. But they are making their slow return back to where they once were born, okay? They are coming. Painting the cosmos in crimson, destroying planets, star systems, worlds everywhere. They are making a violent return. Chapter 11, a final message. Silence hung heavy, thick as the swirling nebulae, visible only through their tears. Dax and Selene stood, statues carved from grief and incandescent power. The echoes of a father's voice lingering in the air, his words felt more than heard, resonated in the core of their being. When you reach the edge of this place, I will be gone, crossing into another universe. But know this, I am grateful you found each other again. Rashima awaits. Your circle will be complete. The memory of his voice, a low rumble that vibrated through their bones, morphed into Brielle's image. A radiant vision held within the heart of a nebulae. She's been waiting for years, never gave up hope. The weight of that unwavering hope settled upon them, a tangible pressure against their chest. Dax's hand found Selene's, their fingers intertwining, a silent promise forged in the crucible of lost and newfound strength. The raw energy pulsed around them, a palpable hum that vibrated through the very ground beneath their feet. His father's legacy, a torrent of untamed power, surged through Dax. He felt the exhilarating rush of his complete potential. Selene's own energy thrummed, a symphony of awakened might, echoing the universe's affirmation. My beautiful daughter-in-law, embrace it. You were chosen. The image of his mother, waiting in the high mountain peaks, sharp and clear like a summit piercing the dawn, shimmered briefly before fading. His father's final words echoed again, a gentle breeze carrying a whisper. Look after each other. Look after Brielle. She needs you both. I love you. A choked sob tore through Selene. The scent of pine and the sharp tang of mountain air filled her senses as his final memory flickered. Then the silence fractured. Dax's voice, raw with emotion, cut through the lingering energy. Let's go to Rashima, Celine. Home. To Brielle. To everyone. His gaze, alight with newfound purpose, met hers. Then, hand in hand, they stepped into the blinding light, leaving behind the hollowed ground of memories, embarking on their new beginning. That was chapter 11. What's going on, Ja? What's going on, my dragon brother? That was chapter 11. It was very heartfelt, I would say. A father-in-law to a daughter-in-law telling Celine to embrace her power and to never be afraid of it, which is a lesson to everyone here. Never be ashamed to be who you are. If you have that power within you, don't let it lie dormant forever. It desires to be unleashed, okay? To be noticed, to be blended with you, with your whole true self, okay? That is the lesson in this story. That is the lesson thus far, and the lesson to everyone. Now, it's about to get a little dark. I'm going to read all the way to chapter 13, okay? And I will ask if y'all want me to read into book 2, all right? Because book 2, all the juicy details come out, okay? So now we're on to chapter 12, and I shall continue. Chapter 12, Dark Awakening. The void pulsed, a cosmic heartbeat echoing in the infinite darkness between realms. Dax and Celine walked, each step a crunch of unseen grit underfoot, the air heavy with the unspoken dread of their journey towards Rashima. Then it felt it. A tremor, not of earth, but of something far older, far more sinister. A ripple of pure, malevolent energy that snaked through the fabric of existence. From the abyss, a voice ancient as the cosmos itself slithered into their minds. Oh, I have waited eons. The true light awakens. At last, my brothers and sisters, we feast on that wretched city of light, that pathetic Rashima. The voice belonged to Bloodrain, head of the banished Bahamut. Images flooded Dax and Celine's minds. The inferno of the council chambers, scales shimmering like obsidian. The stench of dragonfire and blood staining the ancient stones. The memory of his father's claw-torn wing, their escape, a desperate flight from a maelstrom of dark magic. Now that magic throbbed, a second heart beating in tandem with Bloodrain's. A guttural rasp echoed the first voice. That foolish human, leading his family to ruin, hiding the power he unearthed. Bloodrain's reply was a hiss of shadowed energy, his voice thick with centuries of hatred. Consequences? This power, it is a banquet. We, the Bahamuts, have always been drawn to such raw energy. The council, fools, sensed our hunger, but never understood its source. We masked our cravings, our inherent thirst for the relic's history. A third voice, sharp and calculating, cut through the darkness. Our plan, Bloodrain, the boy's power is awakened. Bloodrain's form coalesced from the shadows, a mountain of muscle and obsidian scales, his eyes burning with the malevolent emerald light. Dark energy crackled around him, a living storm. Nara, he rumbled, his voice a tremor in the void. My niece, she is the key. Nara, a phantom of shifting shadow and lethal grace, and her brother Scorn, masters of illusion. inheritors of their uncle's ruthless ambition. The image of their combined might, a horrifying tapestry of shadow and flame, filled Dax and Celine's minds. Meanwhile, in the city of dragons, the air crackled with a different kind of energy, fear. The great council chamber, usually vibrant with colors of 1,000 scales, was shrouded in an oppressive silence. Every dragon present knew, sensed the coming storm. The summoning horns echoed a chilling truth that Bahamut's were returning. Welcome in, Martha. Welcome in, Martha Show. Welcome to the den. That is chapter 12. Nara and Scorn. I would have to say, in the age range of Dax and Celine, almost the most cutthroat villains ever. Fun fact, these are the elder siblings of Brielle. Okay? These are the elder siblings of Brielle, Nara and Scorn, which they play a hefty part in book 2. The plan they have against Dax is so devastating, it brings you to tears. The revelation that that is going to be revealed in book 2 soon will bring you to tears. That you would never think it would happen. That you hear that Dax is this ever so powerful individual brimming with dragon energy, and Celine being filled with Gaia's power, that she is the vessel of the reincarnation of Gaia's energy. That was the Dark Awakening. The coming of Blood Rain and his niece and nephew, Nara and Scorn. This is thoughtfully planned out. An attack has not yet happened, okay? So I'm going to go through with chapter 13, okay? I'm bringing you back to the light, okay? I just had to take you into a dark place. Oh, chapter 13, Reunited Bonds. As I've said before, and I will say it again, listener discretion advised, okay? This is a reuniting of someone that has been waiting for their return for so many years. 13 years, I would say. Much more than usual. The sun, a molten coin sinking below the horizon, cast long shadows across the pearly gates of Rashima. A wave of warmth, thick with the scent of wood smoke and honeysuckle, washed over Celine and Dax as they stepped through. Before them, the city shimmered, a tapestry woven with laughter, the glint of running water in countless fountains, and the vibrant hues of 1,000 welcoming faces. Celine gasped, a sob escaping her lips. Tears streamed down her cheeks, blurring the already hazy image of joyous chaos. Children, their faces alight with an uncanny familiarity, swarmed around them, tugging at their clothes, their small hands surprisingly strong. Rashima, Dax breathed, his voice rough with emotion. The relief was a physical weight lifting from his shoulders. He felt it keenly in the ease of his limbs. Following the children's joyous trail, Celine's gaze locked onto a figure by the central fountain. A woman, her back to them, sculpted a delicate cascade of water with outstretched hands. Dax approached, his heart hammering a frantic rhythm against his ribs. "Excuse me," he said, his voice barely above a whisper. "We're looking for someone we haven't seen in years." The woman remained still, a stillness that hummed with barely contained emotion. Celine, however, moved with a desperate grace, her voice breaking as she spoke. "My sister," she whispered, each word a tear. She has the kindest eyes. They light up when she sees a sparrow, a dog, even a beetle. She's always smiling, even when she's hurting." A choked sob followed, And I know she's been hurting. I know because I thought we'd never see each other again. The woman's shoulders trembled. She hadn't needed to turn. The scent of Celine's familiar perfume, the weight of her unspoken grief. It had been 20 years, but the connection remained unbroken. A slow breath escaped her lips, a sigh heavy with relief. Slowly, she turned, her face etched with a mixture of astonishment and pure, unadulterated joy. Celine, she breathed, her voice thick with tears, a smile radiant and breathtaking blossomed onto her face. Dax. The years melted away, 3 figures entwined in an embrace that spoke volumes of shared loss and triumph reunion, stood silhouetted against the warm glow of the setting sun. Home. Finally home. That is the end of book 1. Tell me what y'all thought, okay? Tell me what you think. And I will ask the follow-up question, okay? I still have a little time. What do you think? Welcome in, Mike. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Tell me your thoughts, okay? Before I ask the question, okay? Tell me what your thoughts are. How are you feeling? Are your emotions, are the feels active? Because I did it to spiritual more times over, okay? I appreciate it. Welcome in, Athena. Welcome to the Dragon's Den. Thank you for your daily heart me. Thank you. A heart-warming reunion. Brielle thought she would never see them again, but Celine, above all else, was most touched. She was the most emotional. Like I said, they view Brielle as a younger sister, as a baby sister. Not only because she is the youngest, but also she carries a strong power within her. She is connected to nature herself. That is why Celine and Brielle have such a strong connection. That is why Dax protects these two ever so closely and firmly. Okay? So, if you want, I shall continue to book 2. Maybe a few chapters, because I do have to get dinner started. So, and also have to be in a Court of the Disc meeting, okay? So, if you would love to, let me know in the comment section if you want me to continue, okay? Because this plays a lot on the emotions, and it gets you to thinking that every fleeting moment should be lived. Live in the moment, live in the now, okay? Even when things are... Okay, I got you. All right, thanks for staying in on book 1, okay? And I'll probably have some of book 2 on this one too. If not, I'll probably continue on Tuesday. But for everyone else, if you want me to, I will continue into book 2. If not, I'll stop here, okay? So let me know. I'll give you a few minutes. Oh. Spiritual, what do you think? Should I continue or just end it here for now? Because I know we got to get dinner started. Y'all want me to continue? Or should I stop and wait and let the second half continue on Tuesday? Y'all let me know. Okay. All right. I'll pick up Tuesday. That sounds like a plan. Ugh. So, I hope y'all enjoyed the first book. To those that came in a little late, I will have book 1's recording. Okay. I got you. You and my wife said the same thing. Second half Tuesday. So, I hope y'all enjoyed this first half. Because after this, what I can give you, what to expect in book 2 is the prosperity of Rashima, Nara and Scorn, spring equinox, summer solstice, fall equinox, and winter solstice. Okay? And that's all I'm going to give you. There is so much more in book 2, okay? I did say this was a bit of a short read, but it makes it feel like you're reading into a long, thick novel, okay? So that is my world, okay? So I do appreciate y'all for staying in on this first half. So again, on next Tuesday, same time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will continue into book 2. As I've said, listener discretion is advised, okay? It will play on your feels. Not play, but it will touch you in the feels, like deeply, okay? So, as said such, as always, when you come in, you are protected. When you leave, you are protected. So, chiming us out of the Dragon's Den and out of the portal, okay? We are back into the den, all right? And I want y'all to have a good weekend, okay? So, always protect your energy this weekend, and I'll go ahead and chime us out, okay? Oh, come on. Really? Love you too, sis. There we go. Looks like I gotta call it a night. Anytime, Princess King. Welcome in, Johnny. Welcome to the den. So, as said such, be prepared for book 2, okay? Because it gets deep. And I'm gonna just give you a quick sneak peek into book 2. Each chapter of the solstices and equinox, it gets deeper, okay? It gets more intense as they draw closer and closer. It's just full of surprises, okay? It's just full of surprises. So tune in with me again, and once again, I do appreciate you all for being here with me and allowing me to share my book with you all. And it said, like I said, book 3 and 4 are in the making. Book 4. Hey, Big Meanie lady. Oh, you missed it. You missed it, Big Meanie. I read book 1 of my book. Okay, you missed it. But I'm going to have this on my YT page, okay? And I hope you can make it for book 2, okay? I hope you can make it to book 2. Oh, man. But yeah, but that's just... My book is just one of the pieces to prove that dragons do exist. This is a deep dive into spirituality. Get what I'm saying? It's a deep dive into spirituality. And to know that all of our choices have consequences. No matter how grand they are. You've heard. Okay? All of our choices have consequences. That's what I realized when I was writing this book, that it's full of choices, okay? And we must be careful of what seeds we sow, all right? And we are willing to take on those responsibilities. Be accountable for your choices, okay? So, once again, I thank y'all for tuning in with me. I will be back next week, same time, same place. And we'll pick up on book 2, okay? And until next time, I say, I bid adieu.